Last year, it was a future governor. This year, it could be perhaps a future president. Sarah Huckabee headlined Senator Joni Ernst's annual Roast and Ride last year before she won election as Arkansas's first female governor. This year, presidential candidates are expected to join Ernst's event. The Roast and Ride not only features a motorcycle ride, but also attracts politicians from across the country and raises money for a charity each year.
This year's charity is the Freedom Foundation of Cedar Rapids. It's a nonprofit that supports veterans through readjusting to daily life when they return home. Senator Ernst's daughter, Libby, is now married and serving in the military with her husband. But Libby was just 3 years old when Ernst was deployed with the Army National Guard in 2003 during the Iraq War. Ernst talked with political director Dave Price about the challenges of returning home and being away from family for so long.
What was that transition like, and how does that translate to other folks as they try to deal with that?
For me, it was easier with my daughter because she was so young. And I've found just in talking with a number of my soldiers that the younger children really didn't have a strong concept of time. So it was easier just to come back into that fold. But for older children, maybe even teenagers, it is much more difficult because they're much more independent and they've been through a transitional period of time where mom or dad wasn't there and they didn't need dad's permission. You know, they'd go to mom. Or if it was mom that was deployed, dad would say, yeah, you can do X, or no, you can't do X. And so you've not had that parent present in that decision-making process, and it does become difficult if they're older.
The organization that Roast and Ride will benefit then, is that sort of filling in a gap that government services don't offer you in that transition back? Is that a fair way to characterize what they're doing?
I think it's fair to say that the Freedom Foundation covers all levels of gaps, even for veterans that have been retired for years and years, or maybe those that have deployed, they come back if they are going through different issues in the home. Maybe those veterans are homeless. They do help with that as well. They help with feeding and nutritional supports for veterans. So there are a number of gaps that exist throughout our communities in Iowa. And again, not having an active duty post that they can turn to for those types of supports, it's really important. Even just for those guys that want to hang out together, they offer a space to do that, and just to get together with fellow veterans and sip some coffee and talk about
people who've been through all this.
Yeah, so it's a really great place to go. Every time I've gone, it's such a joyful experience for me. There's a lot of kidding and joking, a lot of service rivalry, and I love it. And so I'm really glad that we're able to support them in this way. So I would say motorcycle riders, come on out, join us, because your dollars are going to a very worthy cause. And if you just want to make a straight up donation to the Freedom Foundation, we encourage that as well.
As you look at how we as a country support the veterans as they come back, what are we not doing well enough yet? Well, I think and what can Congress do?
I think we do a lot of things well. And you see the ebbs and flows through our VA system on supports. I get information, I'll use the VA hospitals as an example. Those hospitals are based on need and veteran status. So you could be someone that's covered by other types of insurance and you're good. You'll be at a lower level of need for entry into the VA hospital system. But if you are a veteran that maybe doesn't have a high level of insurance coverage or no coverage at all, you are experiencing financial difficulties, the VA is somewhere that those veterans should go. So they do well on that order. Levels of care as well. The VA is experiencing difficulties finding nurses, doctors, psychiatrists, just like every other hospital across the United States.
That was our political director, Dave Price, with Senator Ernst. The Roast and Ride takes place Saturday, June 3rd, with the motorcycle ride taking off from the Big Barn, Harley-Davidson in Des Moines. The roast and rally will be at the Iowa State Fairgrounds. Ernst did not name names yet, but told Dave she expects 3 or 4 announced and potential presidential candidates to attend.